Hello, welcome to your biology lab. And I want to go over some of the features of the class real quick and walk over the syllabus. So if you click here on syllabus, you can download the syllabus from here. I've already done that, so you'll see the syllabus right here. So the syllabus, I'm gonna make it a little bigger so you can actually see it. Um, the syllabus, my name is Stephanie Edelman. 859-396-6083 is my cell phone. Office hours are by appointment only, but I will schedule regular happy hour meetings that I already sent you an email about. We're going to meet via Teams, which is pretty convenient actually. If you need any help beyond me, the summer assistant dean is Vicky Parton. And then here are links to the BCTC website, Blackboard, MyPath for your student self-service and that kind of stuff. Um, I'm going to scroll. You can read all of this yourself. There is no required textbook, but what you need to do is you need to buy access to Labster software. The Labster software is section specific. So you need to make sure that when you buy it, that you give the correct section. And I show you in just a second how you figure out which section you are. I want you to, there's attendance in online classes means that you have participated in class. So that's how attendance is counted. And so one of the things that's really important is that you attend in quotation marks class. And I will make use of deadlines. Um, the very first assignment you have to submit something by 7/6/21. If you are not submitting anything by 7/6/21, you'll be declared a no-show and you will be removed from the class. Um, Obviously, we have a policy of academic integrity, meaning that you shouldn't plagiarize things. You can use your notes for the exams, but you shouldn't be, talking to friends about it. When you email me, you make sure you put your subject, your course number in the subject line, not just Bio 113, but Bio 113 and the section, because that way I can easily look up who you are and where you are, and I can give you good information about what you need to know. Um, in terms of what you will do in this course, your grade will be based out of 500 points. And we have two exams: a midterm that covers the first half of the lectures, and a final exam that covers the second half. Each week, you are going to have three types of activities. You're going to have a lecture quiz. There's going to be about 10 of those. They're worth about 10 points each. There are Labster simulations. There's more than 10, but you only have to complete about 10 of those. All the rest becomes bonus. So if you're struggling with one Labster, don't worry about it. Just do a different one. So you have choices there. Last but not least, there are question sets, and that's basically where the guts of the lab comes in. These question sets are going to be coming in as 10 grading points. Some of the question sets are going to be worth 55 points, but they don't come in as 55 points. So your 55-point question set in the end is not worth more than your 10-point question set. So it's just going to be if out of the 55 points you get 45 correct, that's going to be like a 85 or something like that. So that's going to be 8.5 point or something like that. The midterm will be available from 7/15 through 7/18. The final exam will be available from 8/2 through 8/5. And you'll be well prepared by the time they come up. There'll be multiple choice matching, fill in the blank type of questions, but you'll see those same kind of questions in the lecture quizzes. So you should be well prepared for that. So quizzes, like I said, those are the lecture quizzes I talked about. Everything is online in Blackboard. The Labster simulation, you have to buy a voucher code for it. Labster is worth 20% of your grade, so you can pass it without it, but it's really helpful if you have it. And like I said, the lab activities, the question sets, is where you submit the materials that you turn in. The Everything is worth every entity. So exam 1 is worth 20% of the grade. Exam 2 is worth 20% of the grade. The lecture quizzes are worth 20%. Labs and simulations are worth 20%, and then the question sets are worth 20%. And we use the regular grading scale, so 90 to 100% is an A, etc., etc. In terms of makeup work and late work policy, the I'm going to accept assignments 10 days after the initial due date, but there's going to be a 10% deduction for every day your assignment is late. For the exams, makeup exams are difficult to come by, so just forgetting the midterm is not a valid excuse. If you are in the hospital like the entire time that the exam is available, so the exam is available for 3 days, so count on the fact not that you don't do the exam on the very last day, because something may happen, right? Until the midterm, you can withdraw without my permission. Withdrawal procedures are listed here. After the midterm, I will grant permission for you to withdraw from the class. Just make sure you don't do it after the deadline. There are additional resources. The Student Success Hub can help you with tutoring services and those kinds of things. If we close, I don't think that's going to be necessary. Nothing will change for us. And let's talk real quick about the kinds of things that we're going to be doing. So the first week, we're going to be doing 2 modules, chemistry of macromolecules and enzymes. We're going to talk about biomolecules in food, and we're going to talk about enzymes and their importance. There are a number of Labster activities you can choose from. You really only need to do 2 of those because you need to get to a 10 total. Then we're going to be talking about microscopy and cell cycle genetics. You're going to create a virtual child by flipping coins. Then we're going to talk about natural selection and evolution, and you'll have the first exam. The hits are going to keep on coming in this class because it's only 6 weeks long, so we're halfway through with 3 weeks in. We're going to talk about simple diversity, animal diversity, skulls, and fetal pig anatomy. This is probably the toughest week, but I'll give you a little wiggle room for this deadline. So I'm not going to be, giving you necessarily a week for that. You can potentially pull that one for the next week. Again, you should do at least 2 of those, but you can do more if you want to. The week after that is relatively light. We're going to just talk about plant diversity, leaf ID, and photosynthesis. So that's not that much work. So if you have more to do from the animals, you can pull that into that. And then the last week is a relatively light week too, with the population biology. And then you're going to take the second exam, and that's going to be it. I'll minimize this real quick. And the first thing I want you to submit is the syllabus agreement. If you don't know how to submit assignments, if this is the first time you're doing this, there's a video here how to submit an assignment. So watch it. It should help you figure out how to submit an assignment. With regards to the class, the places where you should go every week, there's the class material section, which is right there. There's the course content. In here, you'll find a folder every week that contains an overview, a walkthrough video that tells you about kind of in broad strokes the things that you want to do that week, a lecture video with a PowerPoint, and a lab demo video with a PowerPoint. The lecture tells you the background, the lab demo tells you the kinds of things that you need to be doing for the lab part. And then there's a section that's activities and assignments, and it will contain all of the things you will do for that particular week. There'll be 2 folders because it's a short class. There'll be 2 folders each week. At least there's 1 week where there's going to be 3. Labster simulations are linked from the course content, but you can also find them here. So all of the Labster assignments are here, so you can still access the Labster assignments even when the folders in the course content disappear, because you've reached the deadline. Exams, midterm, final will be here. If I have a survey, if I have anything that's kind of overarching for the class, that's not specific to a specific module, it'll be in here under exams and surveys. The next section I want to make sure that you see is in the tools section is My Grades. My Grades shows you all the assignments that exist. You can click on, so all shows you all of them. Graded shows you the ones that I've already graded. Submitted are the ones that you've submitted that may sometimes need to be graded. And upcoming is the stuff that's still open that you haven't submitted yet. Even when it's late, it'll still stay in the upcoming, even though you should have submitted it already. Discussion board, there's a discussion board for questions. If you have any questions about the class, anything at all, you can ask them here, or you can join Slack, which is what I've been using last summer class, and it's been actually quite successful to do that. We're not going to use Blackboard Collaborate much, but you can actually meet with your classmates on Blackboard Collaborate. There's help, there's online tutoring available to you, and then the last folder I want to show you is info and resources up here. Info and resources contains kind of handy information for like the overall class. So it contains the happy hour link for the meeting. It contains technical resources for how to do things on Blackboard. Like, for example, if you don't know how to find your section number, this is how you find your section number. When you're going into Blackboard, you see the title of the class, and then these numbers tell you what your section number is, how to submit an assignment, how to interpret the migrate section. Other things that are listed in there is items about Labster information. Sometimes people have issues buying the code. So this is shows you how to buy the Labster code, gives you information about student support, how to log into Labster, and those kinds of things. So if you have any questions, you don't know how to do something, start with info and resources. The other thing under info and resources, there's a couple of technical resources that I have there. One is a drawing program. The other one is very, very useful. Screencastify, which is a video recording program. So if you have any questions on Labster, for example, instead of just sending me a screenshot, you can actually record a short video. And it's really simple to do that. So I actually have Screencastify here. I have and as a matter of fact, this video is being recorded with Screencastify right now. And if you have Screencastify, you just have a little arrow like that on the top, and you just click on it, and then it records the screen for you. The free version limits you to 5 minutes, and you won't really need much more than this anyway. The other thing I want to make sure that you know is that you can get PowerPoint, Excel, and all of that for free because you're a KCTCS student. And I would suggest that you download that and make sure that you know how to use these things. There's at least one activity that I do that that is an Excel activity. It's the activity is not required, but it's helpful if you have access to it. And that's it for today. Hope this made sense. Hope this was helpful. And I look forward to seeing you in class.